Is everyone recording and ready to return to the Old Republic?
I am so ready to return.
Welcome everyone back to Return to the Old Republic, the campaign where not a single thing has ever gone wrong. Last episode, after hacking the bank account of none other than Blanca Diaz, who Athena recognized as a highly violent and dangerous bounty, his crew attacked the party, only for his ship to be destroyed and his boys fleeing. With a badass spacewalk and a stunning strike from 6'9", Blanca was retrieved, only for him to be the owner of a pyramid scheme convincing Roomba to buy. After you all played with your new toy, Blanca Diaz, you tied him to your hamster wheel so he can charge your phones. You landed on Endor and Roomba topped up the ship, bought snacks from the service station to share around, and set off, following Roomba, who does everything his dad told him not to do, going north and across the river. During the trip, Dyson discovered his name. Half the party almost drowned, and M4 and 7 embarrassed themselves by tripping on a rock. You then recovered, looking up and seeing a high-security small mansion, just a small one. The house on the hill. Many of you saw movement inside and discovered it to be Pandora, who explained how she helped the Edens, and the Force Wraith explained more, showing Roomba why he's so special, that the universe and canon have accepted his presence because of a loophole of the Edens traveling in time, and Roomba in the original timelines being a stillborn. The episode ended with Pandora revealing that she was so close to the Edens that she is in fact Roomba's godmother.
Absolutely.
So you have a custard battle?
Yeah, I am. This lady let me take you with absolutely no second thought. She's a terrible godmother.
Oh, that gets covered. Pandora, who, again, you all just saw this memory that the Wraiths showed you, including Pandora. Pandora goes to her knees and holds her arms out for a hug from Roomba.
I'm gonna look over at Athena, and then look over at Pandora, and then look over at Athena, and then look over at Pandora. I'm kind of stressed. I'm like, I'm waiting for permission. I think I'm gonna walk over. I walk over to Pandora, and I go, cuddles?
Pandora holds her arms out and gives you a big hug.
How big is Pandora? What is Pandora?
Pandora's a Zygerian.
Which is?
Cat person.
Cat.
Yeah.
Haha, that's funny. I'm getting cuddles from the cat.
Luffy, I know you're young, but you're strong. And I wouldn't let my godchild go off if I didn't know that they could handle it. And of course, if I wasn't able to track your handler's whereabouts.
You were tracking me? How?
Your wrist pad.
Motherfucker. That sick motherfucker.
No, it's just a lot.
Me and Kane are gonna be having words?
It's kind of just policy. It's like you accepted something from Kane on Nubia, so I knew you on
I
Nubia.
didn't even know you.
I helped you from Coruscant.
I didn't know you. When I was like, did you track me this whole time that I worked for Kane?
Yes.
That's creepy.
But
You're a pedophile.
I'm like,
You're a child.
how old are you, Athena?
I was a
On the
child.
documents, it's saying you're 19.
You're 19.
You're not old enough to drink
You
in
have
parts
a
of the
house.
universe yet.
With
Athena.
children.
Yeah.
Child at heart?
Athena, just going off. So, have we learned that their relationship is godmother, godson?
Yeah.
So you accepted protection of a small child from a complete stranger, not knowing their relationship.
No, I accepted Roomba when their parents died. I didn't know this motherfucker had anything to do with it. Anywho, this isn't about me.
If
It's
it
about
wasn't
Roomba.
for Roomba, the parents would be alive. Let's let that sink in.
Now, as much as I want to skip past,
Are you staying? Are you staying?
I think it's best we stay for a bit. Because as much as I want to, I can't really skip past what the fuck just happened. I saw the red glow and then a well-narrated backstory about the Edens.
Yeah, that
What
kind of
was
happens around here. We're kind of all moving through that.
But what is it?
What's that?
The glowing red eyes, the seeing someone's memories.
Those are
back in
the
time.
evil people that wanted to kill us, but they cannot kill me
Ah,
because I'm canon.
you can give me an insight check.
You are not
Rumba.
canon.
No, I have been now accepted as canon, and they cannot kill me.
And Athena, since you're also kind of talking, you can also give an insight check.
That's the natural
I need to
species,
stop
motherfucker.
Getting you to do wisdom shit.
8. I'm a child. I see nothing.
You're still like wrapped up in Pandora's arms. And Athena, when you mentioned the whole people, red glow, people trying to kill you, it's less of a, oh my god, that exists, and more of an, oh shit, that's way too familiar to Pandora.
You knew. Why?
Not exactly. Well, again, where the Edens and I became close, and Mope would always talk about waking up feeling like she was being dragged down and seeing red glows, and became quite paranoid. And I just assumed that it was
Is that why they let me carry an axe around everywhere?
could have been just a little safety.
Little safety.
Yeah. She became very paranoid and tried to keep seeking out solutions. But I don't believe she ever found one. She got close, but that doesn't really explain why they have this house here. And you caught me right as I broke in. So, want to give a girl a hand and have a look around?
How old is that?
It would be late 30s, early 40s, I'd say. So yes, would you all like to have a look around this House of the Edens?
This house of the Edens.
the house
Yes,
of-
I
the house
would
of
like to
Eden.
walk around the heating of the house. The Eden of the house.
So this is a normal house, well, for millionaires. So instead of relying on normal perception or investigation, I'd like to ask where everyone would like to look in this house. You can have multiple people go into the same room and both roll investigation or perception, and you will have advantage because of how much time.
So in their house in Coruscant, they had like a little security room with like tapes and like stuff. Can I go there? Do they have that in themselves?
You have a look around and you find a basement door.
Ooh.
I'll take it.
Can I go to the basement as well?
So go spread out, maybe.
I want to help out.
You could also spread out. You already have advantage.
Oh, okay. Well, I was also gonna look at like
Okay.
weapon or defense related stuff.
Yes.
Do they have a Roomba room?
They do not have a Roomba room.
Well,
They
would-
just have a normal bedroom.
Were they not pregnant with Roomba? Did they not have a Roomba coming soon room?
They built this after you were born.
Wow, and they didn't even make a Roomba room. Rude, fucking
So
rude.
I'm hoping you never have to see this place. There is, if you just have your general look around, there's a lounge, a kitchen, a bedroom, and a basement, which Emperor and Simon's gone for, and the balcony outside.
Where they piss it.
You can look in the bathroom if you'd like. Would you like to look in the bathroom? Would you like to
Bathroom?
give me a perception check advantage?
Last time we looked in the bathroom, we found a dead person.
Or investigation, which is
That's a 15.
a 13. You go into the bathroom. It's nice white tiles. No, it's actually like super clean. And
No dead
what
bodies?
catches your eye is the toilet paper. This is quad ply.
Oh my
This is quad
god!
ply toilet.
Can you do a sleight of hand check to steal it?
Yeah, I will steal that.
Why do you need
What?
sleight of
How
hand?
much do they have?
Just
How much do they
I don't know,
have?
maybe
You've
they're
got,
like
like,
candy
24
cameras.
bags.
No, they've got
Who's
the one in
watching
there
their
which is like
dead?
kind of like half used, and they've got like 4 in a cupboard. They only come in 4 packs.
Cool, I'm taking all 5.
Okay, so you mean 4.5?
4.5.
You're taking the used to.
Roomba would like to go to the kitchen.
Okay, so we have Roomba going to kitchen.
As always.
We have Emperor and Seven going to the basement.
I'll go to the balcony. I'm just gonna like have a dad moment. Just sort of like
Okay.
chill, sit back.
Look over the mountain ranges.
I'll I'll lean on it with like my 2 elbows crossed
and
just
just
sort of like,
go, wow, this is like some nice construction.
just like have a breather, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so there is
I rolled inside of myself.
Lazánia. Where would you like to go? There is lounge, bedroom.
This feels like we're playing Clue.
It does.
Exactly.
Who's getting murdered where with what?
We don't need weapons when I've got claws. Where do I have options? The lounge with a bedroom?
Lounge, bedroom, and what's your passive perception?
16.
A
If you find a
16.
very funny looking stick, don't touch it.
As you're looking around, you see that there is an attic.
I claim to that.
Okay, Lazánia is going to go to the attic.
I'll go to the bedrooms.
Okay, this is where we get attacked by Darth Vader.
Yeah. Yeah. So, P, would you like to investigate the lounge?
Yeah, I'll investigate. I got a 30.
In the lounge, as everyone kind of disperses off, also Pandora will kind of follow whoever fails their check. So in the lounge, you see that there is just your normal couch, TV, rug, cabinets, tables, paintings, and you got a dirty 20 on perception. You're searching through all the cabinets and couch first, and you find that in one of the cabinets, there is a holomat that contains a scan of Bright Tree Village. Also, mounted behind one of the paintings, you pull it to the side, you find a panel with the interface for a weapon. A weapon that's on emergency power, and it requires someone to connect to it to interface with it. This is the big gun that's at the top of the house.
Who's coming to get us? I'm a gunner.
Can I feel it?
gun?
It's like a panel in a wall that you can kind of connect to control this giant weapon at the top. You cannot steal it. It is.
Hey,
It is.
we can figure something out.
This is yes
Okay,
and.
don't
D&D's
say
yes
no.
and.
Tell us you can try.
I'm really glad you my little part.
With a DC 20, which you just hit, you start playing around with the remote for the TV, and you press every button, just like when you're off an elevator, just press everything, and a chiller spins up from the floor. And
Ooh,
as a
lekker.
puff of condensate clears, it reveals 10 vials labeled. Hopefully it doesn't come to this.
I say you roll it, you drink one and roll a con check to see what it is.
Can I feel this?
You can pocket them. You can also attempt to identify them.
Does Rumba know this is happening? The kitchen and the lounge are connected, right?
Can I throw one at Rumba? Just throw it?
Go,
Please do.
Would you like to do
Please
a Would you like to do a check first?
Yeah, chicken first.
Give me a attack roll. Actually, no. First, give me an opposed athletics check.
Can I do an acrobatics check instead?
It'll be acrobatics.
It's
A 17 on the
plus
die.
5. So 23.
And now you can give me an attack roll. So, you're in the lounge and you watch as Pandora goes to like dive to grab it. You toss it at Rumba and it just shatters on the floor. And the liquid just goes.
Can Rumba walk up and touch it?
You touch it.
Pour in liquid.
You're just touching it.
Can I put it in my mouth?
Give me a con saving throw.
9. You see, I'm just a little kid.
You take
First I see
16
something.
damage as it like stings and burns your tongue.
First I see something, then I pick it up. I shake it around a little. I sniff it. I give it a little lick. And then the thing in my mouth.
And then you take 16 damage. 16 poison
I have
damage.
no idea why.
This is a vial of a mysterious liquid
What
that
does
you
the
guys just put
poison
on your
taste
tongue.
like?
It tastes. It's like you just put bleach on your tongue. Does not taste good.
Can I test them too?
Yeah, go for it. Give me a con saving
Guys,
throw.
what if we have to find something?
Damn.
A 2 plus what? Plus 3 or 5?
You also take 16 poison damage as it starts to burn your tongue.
The tingling sensation is kind of fun.
So what did I find in
yeah.
the... What did I find in the...
I want to see
the
how many
attic?
of these vials you guys burned through.
How many vials were there?
There's now 9.
Rumba goes and takes one.
The vials are different. There was 5 of one and 5 of the other. They kind of just have a different glisten to them.
Which one did I eat?
You ate one that has little sparks of red in it.
The other one has sparks of what in it?
The other one has sparks of green in it.
I like green.
Don't break another one, please.
I want to know what green tastes like. Tasted red.
Are you gonna even survive this?
Pandora grabs your hand. No, remember. Yes. No more smashing vials.
Keeping vials. In the
Yes.
pockets.
Keep the vials. So you have the vials. Pandora is now standing near them, making sure no damage gets done to them,
Except for the one in my hand,
except for the one in your hand.
which I
Okay.
will hold.
Fuck me. Roomba, you wander back into the kitchen. Roll me your investigation or perception at advantage.
So
17.
First, walking into the kitchen, you notice that there's a photo on the wall. And it's a photo of a younger Pandora and the Edens in sleeping bags on the floor of Pandora's office. And there is also a fourth sleeping bag which is empty, and you can assume that it's for the person that's taking this photo.
Aww.
You also see
Holy kill.
carved into the wall is a timeline with 3 points on it. A timeline between Empire and home, with an estimate of 41 years. And a point before Empire called Lost, with a range from 4 to 6.5 years. And notes saying year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. And you can tell from the writing that it starts to get more and more desperate and annoyed with dents and scratches in the wall as the years went by and nothing happened. And this is your parents' claw marks on the wall, making these marks. So basically, your parents somehow estimated that they were 4 to 6.5 years from the Empire being formed.
I'm gonna gesture to Pandora to come over, and then I'm gonna point at the empty sleeping bag and give her a bombastic side eye. Who was there? Who was taking the photo? It was not Rumba.
It was a good friend of ours,
What was the friend's name?
Mosp Gi.
fuck's sake.
Mosp Gi is a strong Jedi who helped your parents a lot more than I did.
Mosp Gi good friend or Mosp Gi good friend?
Mosp Gi was a good friend.
Do you like Mosp Gi or do you like Mosp Gi?
Like Mosp Gi.
Athena, in the bedroom, walking in, you see a king-size bed with a couple paintings, TV, and a computer. Roll me perception or investigation.
I rolled a 5 and a 3.
See on a bedside cabinet, there's a picture of the Eden family taken during the Bright Tree Festival. You see that there's like Rumba there, there's the Edens there, and there's a Ewok with kind of like a emo little haircut standing right next to Rumba. And it is dated 401 days ago on Endor days, so around 300 in real life. AKA, it's been around a year since that happened. And that is all you find on your 5. Info in 7. In the basement, you open one of the doors and you see a dark stairway. Roll me... Do you have any dark vision? You do not, so instead of rolling at advantage, you'll be rolling this straight.
That's
One,
a 19.
a 19.
That's-
So info in 7, walking around, you're kind of just bumping into walls, having your little arms out, and you find a light switch, and you flick it, and the light doesn't turn on. You then feel around and find a little torch in the toolbox and turn it on. And in front of you, you see a generator. Opening it up, you see giant power cells dated around 2 days before Order 66. So when it was last restocked. Yeah, that is the last time they were there to restock this generator. And would you like to roll another investigation check for me?
That
It's
was
another
so
19.
With the lights on, you find an interface for a shield surrounding the house that is powered up. So, who was in the attic? Lazánia?
Me.
Walk into the hallway and pull down the attic stairs. Climbing up then, it is pitch dark. So you will also have to roll me perception at disadvantage unless you have dark vision.
I have dark vision, I'm a cat.
You can roll it at advantage then.
Cool. Everything's just black and white. 24.
24, holy shit.
I've got a +6.
Hey. You also find a light switch and go to turn it on and it doesn't. You look around the floor and you see that there is a bunch of papers glued to the ground. These...
I'm sorry, glue.
Yeah, just a bunch of pieces of paper glued to the ground. You also look around and you rummage through the boxes and find a torch so that you can see with color and shine it at the ground, and it is a giant map of the village of Brighttree, hand-drawn by who you can assume is the Edens, with a certain tree circled, labeled Home Tree.
Aww,
So,
this means nothing to me.
6-9, opening up the balcony doors, you see the setting suns, Endor 1 and Endor 2, creating the beautiful orange skies. Roll me perception or investigation at advantage.
I already have.
You'll be
advantage
able to
on
do it at
perception.
triple advantage.
Can I do triple advantage? Hell yeah. That's already a nat 20. Can I get double 20? No, I can't. I got a nat 20.
Holy shit. This was also the hardest check that you could have gone for.
What was the DC?
25.
Ooh.
You step out to the balcony and you see a telescope aimed at the forest. Looking through it, you see that it is pointed directly into a village. The village that they are looking at, you can identify, is Brighttree Village, the original village of the Edens before being taken by the Green Goddess.
The Green Goddess.
After looking at the village through the telescope, you notice that it is a smart telescope. Well, it records movements and kind of scans the area. If you have a holo device to put it on, you can get their recordings and their scans, which your helmet is a holo device.
Oh.
Crazy.
Is it like an AUX form?
Yeah, just like you just plug it in. As you walk back inside the house, you see that there is the gun on the roof that you know is incredibly powerful and made to take down ships.
Hmm.
And with the incredibly high DC, you see shadows moving from above.
Above?
Yep.
Like in the sky above? Like ships descending above?
You look up and you see that there are 3 creatures flying in the air. 3 meters in length with wings and claws flying through the sky. They're just passing by.
They're passing by?
Yeah.
Where does it look like they're going?
They're going from the mountains to the forest.
Okay.
Do you have a gun on you?
No. Why would I have guns? Guns
Unfortunate.
fucking suck, man.
So,
Guns kill people.
Cassie, would you be able to roll me a investigation at advantage?
Can I also just do some sort of check to see if I can tell what these creatures are?
Yeah, give me a law check.
That's 10.
Pandora walks into the room with you and also has a look around.
5.
A 5, you don't know what this
Compelling
creature is.
answer.
You're like, dragon.
Oh my god, where's the dungeon?
Pandora looks in and opens one of the drawers while you're looking through cabinets and everything. And she finds in one of the drawers there are photos and images of Ewoks at different ages as they are researching the change in age. And it notes that the age of 30 is circled.
Do some kind of check on what I think that means.
You can give me a law check.
That's a natural 20.
A natural 20. It's specifically looking at kind of when your like physical maturity slows down. So when it becomes questionable, like, oh, are they like 20? Are they 30? Type deal. And with that nat 20, you also further look under the mattress and find a photo with a glued image of Roomba, Mope, and Vahoom glued on top of a picture of the old future Edens. So it's a old picture from their former village before taken by the Green Goddess.
Right.
And
So
they
their
have
village from the future.
Yeah.
Them from the future.
So, but who?
They-
We still.
they have glued just a photo of their new selves on it and Roomba.
Oh,
With-
so the room is not glued on to anyone's body.
No, just next to them. So kind of with all of these kind of context clues together, they were trying to find a way to slip back into the village.
Oh.
Sorry, that
They were seeing at what age their future selves can be swapped out for them, and they
kill their future
and they can
selves?
take their life back.
Okay.
That's fucking
So-
weird.
Oh, that's. Oh.
Low, low.
I mean, we didn't know they were gonna kill them, but.
So their selves are like babies growing up right now.
They're not even born yet, are they?
That's what they would have been looking for.
Okay.
That's why they've been trying to work out all these ages.
Oh, okay.
Does anyone else want to do anything in their kind of area?
Would I know how to work the shield, or do I need to make a check to see if I can turn it on? Like, I don't want to turn it on, I just want to like see if I can.
The shield, you can roll me a technologies check. A 17, it's an incredibly just simplistic model of just turn the shields on, turn them off. But the generator is dead. So currently there is no power.
The generator's topped up.
The battery is dead.
Can I call out to Pandora like, hey, Pandora, can you come out here for a sec?
Yeah, sure. Pandora walks out to the balcony. What'd you find?
Do you get many dragons in these parts?
This is my first time here, so
Do you know much about the local fauna?
I know that there's other creatures that hunt the Ewoks, and dragons are a part of it, and I'm sure they are.
Okay. I really don't know if I should be concerned or not by the big things flying. Did it look like they were going in any direction like to the village?
It's fair to assume that they're just
They're just chilling?
hunting.
Okay.
Did you find anything? Aside from some
Yeah.
dragons?
So plugging into the telescope, does it just give me its recording data?
It gives a recording. You can kind of scan through it. On your visor, it flips down, and you can see that it is scanning for like a DNA signature facial recognition for themselves.
Okay.
And
I don't know that is for themselves. It just looks like scanning life forms right
there
now.
is basically an image of the Edens and going through scanning that.
Okay.
And
So I
you
just
can-
sort of like to take the helmet off and plop it on Pandora's head. Yeah, look
Oh,
at this.
yeah.
It smells a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a little bit sweaty.
Died in here.
I haven't got the chance to wash it.
Yeah, I can tell.
It used to be
Christ.
worn by like a several thousand-year-old ghost.
That would do it.
Yeah.
Several thousand. Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah,
of this?
let's they're trying to identify when they're present in this village.
So
God.
the Roomba's parents are from the future,
Yeah.
right? So I guess they're just looking for themselves.
Kind of just trying to see when, I guess. I saw in the kitchen that they had a kind of timeline of when they think that they exist. In the bedroom there was photos of them, and Athena found documents of trying to work out different ages and when they could, she said, slip in. Did you know that there's also, she kind of flicks through the modes, there's also a scan of, like a 3D scan of the entire village in here.
Oh shit!
I mean, it's incomplete, but
I mean, rats. I don't swear. I'm a military.
good.
I
As
don't
Pandora,
fucking swear. Okay.
Pandora gives you your helmet back and walks back inside to
Yeah, you're right. I should wash this.
yeah. See, once you're like used to not having the smell and then you smell it. You can really-
Yeah.
How do you
Wow.
function? How are you not like rolling at disadvantage every time you fight?
The
Like,
poison
holy
condition.
shit. Literally.
Rumba, you can roll me another investigation or perception at advantage.
11.
Pandora just walks back into the kitchen. How you going, little one? Deep sigh. What'd you find? Anything helpful?
I'm just looking at the timeline and I'm just looking around at the house and I'm just feeling. Rumba's not in a helpful mood.
Yeah.
Rumba's just in a sad mood. Rumba needs some cheering, some positivity.
I'll try get the others back and we can see what we found.
Rumba just
Hopefully
kind of
they did better than I did.
sits in a little ball on the floor, still holding the syringe.
I say Room 7 has come up from the basement and see Rumba is sad and
Yeah.
there's like a little like flashing lights, beep-boop dance like thing. I don't know, like stupid, but like kind of trying to cheer Rumba up.
You just start like flashing your lights and spinning around doing a little dance.
Yeah.
Give me a performance check.
Okay, no, that's a 15.
Remember, you're curled up in your little ball and you like see Emperor and Seven's lights start flashing and little sounds and you kind of tilt your head up and you see Emperor and Seven doing a little dancey dance.
Rumba feels better. The dance is
I
nice.
still like wouldn't let Rumba come into my room, but like I don't actively want Rumba.
Pandora stands in the lounge and calls everyone back. Okay, has everyone had a good look around?
Yes, ma'am.
Pandora has called everyone back to the lounge to see what we've all found.
Mm.
And everyone joins up in Lazánia as your...
In Lazánia?
No.
No, thank
Lazánia,
you. I'm a child.
Lazánia, as you're about to leave the attic, you're climbing down the stairs and you look up and see a like hollow projector on the roof pointing down towards the papers. So
Can I steal the hollow projector? Sorry.
You walk out into the lounge to meet up and see what everyone found.
I come flopping through the gap in the ceiling because someone got rid of the ladder.
Athena found anything? Anything new?
Yeah, no, all good.
Okay.
We're all good.
Emperor and Seven?
I found a shield.
A shield?
Generator, which makes a shield, but the generators. Yeah.
Fascinating. That's why the lights weren't working. And Trooper?
Trooper?
Nothing else except for some dragons, I guess, flying overhead. Not sure what that's about.
So we just found the scan and a hollow map of Endor in Bright Tree Village. Rumba, find anything else?
How did the Jedi lady help? What did she do?
The Jedi lady?
The lady in the sleeping bag.
Was a Jedi in a sleeping bag?
Damn, that's so crazy.
That's not part of the standard military ration.
Lazánia, could you give me a investigation check with advantage? Investigation or perception, actually.
Oh, perception?
I keep forgetting that you
Exactly.
guys can choose the roles.
You're so kind. Now I get a +6. 22.
A 22 as you kind of recovered from your fall down and
I
run
land
into,
on my feet. I recovered immediately.
yeah, run into the lounge. You see that the cryo container with the vials is up, and you recognize the handwriting that says, "Hopefully it doesn't come to this," and it is Mosp Gi's handwriting.
Can I investigate the vials?
You can investigate the vials.
15.
You look at the vials, and even being a Jedi and seeing all this kind of powerful stuff, you've never seen anything quite this powerful. So yes, Pandora continues talking to him there.
Any of us try and investigate or discern what's in the vials?
As long as Lazánia is not trying to like hide it or anything, yeah, you can give investigation.
Can I ask my droid? my buddy should know. My buddy has all my turn stuff programmed into it. Surely.
Your droid's never seen this place before.
Never.
They kept that a secret.
Doesn't know anything about anything.
No.
Useless. No offense. No offense.
What did I do, Rumba? What did I do wrong? You're kind of giving me that look.
You did nothing. That's the issue.
Okay. You know as well it's a powerful enhancement. Basically a drug.
Can I drink it?
You've tried that and you got poisoned.
It has
Well,
a needle
I
in it.
injected it.
Yeah, Roomba's got a vial in the hands.
Decent enough on. I'll give this a go for the team.
So there's 9 left. Okay. Which one are you choosing? The red or the green?
The one that hasn't been.
The green one.
We might
Athena,
as well waste one of each, right? I mean, we don't have to.
Athena, you could try the green one, I'll try the red one.
Go on, then. Do I get the feeling that trying it is going to allow me to know what it's going to do to me? Like, surely if I try, I'll get some sort of, like, advantage of figuring out what the fuck it's doing.
See what happens. Fuck around. Fuck around and find out.
Okay, go on, dude. I'll go first. If I die, don't do it.
No.
If I die, inject it into me, maybe it's an antidote.
Alternatively, why don't we like shake hands and this like and we inject it into each other?
Oh, let's do that. That's so much slicker. We're gonna do a really cool bro moment.
Last first door. What first door are we on right now? 10? 10 is my guess?
Just because you guys don't know enough of the alphabet to make backup plans.
15 minutes and I'll be able to figure it out for you. I'm just feeling a little bit tired and decided to help Les instead of doing my own investigation.
Okay, let's
It'd be so funny.
let's let them have a look at it first.
Oh god.
Then Prince, do you want to do an investigation?
I would love to do an
What
investigation.
about,
Can anyone give me an
Just go
There's
around.
like a little compartment open up.
Yeah, just like a-
secure it. Like
Oh,
a,
Yeah, I did
God,
not to be said. But I still got a 22.
You still can't discern exactly what this is.
okay.
Let's go!
You do just know it's an incredibly powerful drug. It's an incredibly powerful stem.
We're injecting it into each
really
other.
sick little bro moment.
Okay.
We're doing like the
Okay, describe what
predator
you guys are
handshake.
doing. Go for it. Yeah.
So we're doing a predator handshake. So what's happening is we're not shaking, we're doing that.
Yeah.
And then we're injecting it into each other's biceps.
Okay, so which one do you
Not
take?
like
Yeah, I'm taking red, you're taking blue.
Green like the green goddess.
Okay,
Yeah,
my thought
so
process
sounds
here, better to try it out now where we're safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can know
out,
how
we
to
gotta
use
know
the
this is
arrest
safe.
in the
better
future.
to not try it out and better to keep trying to figure out what it is.
But wouldn't it be funny if they both like died?
So far, all
Okay.
I know is the red one.
6-9, you get injected with it and you feel it coursing through your veins, going up, and you summon a sword of fire unwillingly.
I summon a fire.
Yeah,
Like how? Exactly.
like with your abilities. You summon your flame sword without you even choosing to. It did it itself.
Okay.
And you summon a rock sword without doing it. You just
I
magically
summon
did it.
multiple things at once.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you take any step, and if you jump, you start flying and hovering.
Out
you
of
fall back
character,
down.
is this just hits?
Way more insane.
And you start to feel everything around you, all the living trees.
Laz, I'm gonna need you to stop.
You-
That is,
You
you all need to be so much quieter. Oh my god. Ah!
you kind of take a step and actually
just start
slam through the door outside, and the felled trees, like fallen trees, catches your eye, and you can almost hear the screams from the tree.
I go up to a tree and put my hand on the trunk. Can you hear me? I say to the tree.
You just hear like light screams coming from the tree, almost like intense vibrations coming from it.
Okay, so it's not like speak with plants.
No.
I can just hear like
You're
the
just
sound,
on X.
very
And-
minute fibers of like noise.
Yeah, and kind of any animals or insects that fly by, you like just know exactly where they are. You can feel a like intense presence from inside them. You can basically, you're really in tune with life forms, basically.
Can I try, like, seek out those 3 dragons? Like, mentally? Can I try, like, detect them?
Give me, I'll have to do the roll for you. What is your, let me see your character.
Why do I not know what is happening right now?
So you got a 19 to do it. That was
Okay.
what everything was. You can feel the presence of 3 beings in the sky. 3 life forms in the sky flying.
And so what I feel enhanced is, like, my perceptions. And I'm moving them fast.
It's seeming to enhance your connection to... You can roll me a insight check.
Insight is a 19.
You're remembering what the Crowvar taught you, how you're taking the power from the Fanged God or the Winged Goddess, and you're feeling an overwhelming presence from the Fanged God. And that seems to be the powers that you're drawing on currently. Athena, you get this drug injected into you. You flash back to when Ambrose and Mira were taken.
Powers? I get flashbacks to trauma?
Well, you took different ones.
And you can see the glowing red eyes of a force wraith outside. And 6-9, you look into the forest, you also see a force wraith.
You guys are messing with the timeline.
Wait, I'm sorry, I flashed back and see it, or I...
Well, your instant core memory that you go back on is when they were taken.
Because I see the sky outside the eyes.
Yeah, and you see the force wraith outside.
Gonna run outside.
I love Sen's face.
So
going,
we both see the same
Wow.
force wraith?
You see one that's at the back, Athena sees one that's on the balcony.
Okay.
I'm gonna trot out to the balcony.
I'm also gonna run out to mine.
6-9, you can roll me a insight check as you go up to this force wraith, and
Can I, like, say as I'm approaching, like, hold my hands up? Did I fuck things up again?
you can roll me insight check.
Nat 20.
What?
Natty.
A nat
Natty
20?
Natty 20. 20.
You're
20.
walking up to this force wraith, and
I'm holding my hands up.
it kind of just looks at you, looks behind it, and then looks at you again. It's surprised you can see it. It hasn't revealed itself to you. It's currently on another plane. You shouldn't be able to see it, but you can.
I'm looking to the ethereal.
Do you do anything else with this force right here?
Can I earth mold, like, a little bench for me to sit down at outside and, like, make one for it to sit down on and be like,
You
yeah, take a seat.
you
What's going on?
form a bench for yourself like that instantly, instead of
Like
having to
oddly
actually
quick.
build it. Yeah, it's
Oh.
extremely quick. So you build this bench for yourself, and you build the bench for this force wraith, and you watch it as it's nudged out of the way, forcibly by this bench being built. Whereas normally they can phase through shit. It's being affected by you, and it looks at you.
Can I roll
Yes.
deception to try, like, hide it?
Yeah.
I'm really fucking surprised at that. I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Pretend I didn't notice.
Go for it.
That's also that tweak.
Oh my god. It's calm and also trying to play it cool. And it just flies off.
Okay. So,
And Athena, you walk out into the balcony, and do you do anything with your force ray?
I'm gonna walk up to it and... You have some fucking nerve turning up here.
It again,
very different
you can roll me
approaches.
inside.
16.
Looks behind it quickly, looks back, and then flies back a bit, and then flies up, and then to the side.
If it's gonna fly away, I want to... No, I can't. I shouldn't.
I mean, technically you'd get an opportunity attack.
I want to swing just with my hands. Like, I just want to take fucking, like,
Okay, give me an attack roll.
like, pity swing at this bitch. That's a 12.
A 12. Give me 1 second.
I assume that's not gonna hit.
You get close enough to see that as it flies back, when you kick past, you kind of brush its leg and move it. And it flies back, looks down its leg, and then goes left, right, and watches as you track its movements. And where are you looking right now?
At it? What do you mean?
Roll me a perception check.
With my -1?
Mhm.
That's 2.
With your peripheral vision, you see just Force Wraiths casually just flying by in the air and just phasing in and out of forest, the ground, everything.
This is a trip.
And it's the Force Wraith is staring at you, and then it
I have 2
flies
questions.
away.
First, was Cassie's like effects different to mine by much? So I seem to like.
You got the good one. I didn't get any.
I get really.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't have anything to
I
affect.
feel like it's interacting with the force, and so you can see the force rates because it seems like it makes you force sensitive or higher than force sensitive. You can see the force rates, which only Lazánia could do, and then Jake uses force.
But we also did have different ones.
Yeah,
Yeah, can I do any sort of insight to see how I think it's affecting me?
Yeah, you can also give an insight check at advantage.
Yeah,
That's
can
an actual
can we-
20.
How many fucking nat 20s have you two gotten today?
And natural, are you actively trying to do anything right now, or is this just?
I just want to know what it's done to me.
Are you like testing any shit, or are you just standing there going?
So I want to try force shoot ones.
Athena, you turn around and look towards Lazánia out of curiosity, and hold your hand up. And Lazánia, you start choking. This is the Force.
So I can use the force.
This is the Force. Yes.
Sick. What other force? What stuff can you do, Les? I mainly just want to test if I can do the lightning.
To be fair, most Jedi can't.
Yeah. You hold your hand out, trying to do what Laz did, and it doesn't work. It's seemingly enhancing 6-9's connection to the Force, and it's given you a connection to the Force.
Okay, Athena, listen to me, Athena. Okay, so I can hear everything.
I too can hear
I
everything.
can see
That's
everything.
the joy of having hearing and sight.
And you
Wow, you can hear
see-
things with your eyes.
I can see.
See.
Yes, I can see them. I also swung at them.
As you guys are talking, a Force Wraith just flies inside and just looks around at you all.
So we're able to directly influence and interact with the wraiths. And tapping into the power of God through my perception. I feel like, do I know, or can I surmise like the wraiths? Oh, my other question was like, what exactly are the wraiths? Are they like do they faces, distinct faces of living people that have died and passed into the Force, or are they like manifestations of the Force?
They're connected to the Force, and they use that to basically police time and make sure everything goes smoothly. And you know that they live in some
Ethereal
alternate plane. Yes,
Let's
that
call it-
you can't see.
A plane that is ethereal.
Yes, an ethereal plane.
I put both hands on the shoulders of Athena.
Would
you describe your vibes, if you will, as fangirl-winked right now?
Can I roll a, what would it be?
So I was
what?
20
Or
inside from a force. No.
From before, you know that you couldn't do the lightning, which you know from Lazánia tends to be a more dark side power,
Which would be a thing.
which would be a fang.
Okay. And
Oh, so I'm light side and Jake is dark side?
The red and green.
Les,
What?
how do you do that lightning thing again?
Someone was my dad.
I just get very angry and murderous. See, you don't have the killing intent that I do.
Okay. Can I try do the lightning thing on the lock?
Yep. You hold your hand out, sparks start to summon, and you light the log on fire.
So I know what the vials do now. Let's all hide them away.
So yeah, Pandora looks at the vials, and that's what Mosp Gi must have been helping her with. What happens to you?
I can hurt.
You can hurt.
Shut up!
Well, I'm glad Mosp Gi believed them. Because I'm sure if it came down to it, sounds like it would have helped them. So, you have some vials. Vials and files.
How did they get access to this? How were these made? What exactly is this drug?
I want to assume that Mosp Gi, a Jedi from the temple, good friend, helped. Then make it.
Familiar
Does Pandora not know?
with her. Yeah. I'm familiar.
That's good.
They had this thing going on.
Yeah, let's not talk about
Pandora knows Mosp Gi was my.
Yes.
Yeah, I just. They had like this thing going on. It was kind of like all like spirit vibes.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really.
young Laz's
crazy.
master.
Yes.
It's really
Yes.
crazy. She's not my real master.
What? Not your real
I just
master?
said she's not my real master. Like, to the, you're not my real mom.
Mope often talked about how he was worried something was hunting her. And after the whole going to the Republic to sell information about a Jedi temple, the Jedi wanted to get involved. They sent Mosp Gi, who was curious about the temple that we found. Pandora looks at your tattoo. The temple kind of had artwork like that on it.
Are you familiar with Crowbar? The horned god, winged goddess? The fanged god, sir?
Interesting. We uncovered at that temple a artwork of 3 beings. Mosp Gi assumed it was someone known as the Father, Son, and the Daughter.
Am I familiar with that trinity?
You learnt about this at the Jedi Temple with Costa Newt from that droid.
Because I am fucking up because I do just know this from my deep dive into Star Wars. So I did fuck myself up.
Yes, we found that. Mosp Gi seemed rather intrigued as she gets.
I think. Or can I figure out that the fanged god and the winged goddess are the son and daughter?
Yes, with Pandora adding on to it, you can very well assume that they are the same.
Fuck. Sorry, don't swear. Fudge.
We uncovered parts of that, discovered some of the artwork that Mosp Gi got pretty attached to, and the Edens got their money. Mosp Gi ended up needing to be taken away from the project to help train her padawan. We then went back to Coruscant and Mosp Gi found us. She
Sucks to suck. I'm the favorite now.
couldn't be drawn away from something so interesting. So every now and then, Mosp Gi would sneak out of the temple to the underworld of Coruscant to talk to us about the project, and then we ended up getting close, and we ended
Can I
up...
do an insight on clothes?
Yeah? A nat 20? A nat 20?
These are the dice you guys gave me for my birthday.
When she says close, you know that there's a little more to it. That they got very, very close.
Go.
Yeah.
I just... Okay. Deception at disadvantage.
Yeah.
That's a 6. I'm just like, no, yeah.
Good?
Yeah. Go on. Yeah. Go. Yeah. You were close. Yeah.
She often snuck out of the temple to stay with us, and
Yeah.
And ended up getting closer with the Edens, and often Mope would talk about some creatures that she felt like was haunting her.
Would Les have known
They were
this?
just friends, right?
No, this was, you wouldn't have known any of this.
I'm just
Mosp Gi snuck out to do
you
it.
dirty dog.
I thought they weren't allowed to have sex. This is what I
No,
don't
they're
know.
not allowed to have love, I thought.
Yeah,
But they can have
allowed to
sex.
sex.
Did they not love each other?
How much do they love each other?
Friends with benefits.
Friends with benefits.
Friends with benefits?
That's so much sadder. I thought they
Your
were-
friend with benefit died. now you are with no friend and no benefits.
Where were we? I'm really invested in this.
Yes.
Is this so? The baby just keeps asking, "Did you have this cute little were you in love?" And you're trying to nicely say yes, but we just fucked.
We had some fun. It took a while, but Mope ended up opening up about her worries about these things that were hunting her.
I look so heartbroken.
I thought she was crazy, but Mosp Gi took a big interest in it.
What did she mention was chasing Mosp Gi? Like ghosts?
Chasing Mope.
Yeah, Mope.
Ghosts, red eyes, felt like she was being dragged under, much like how Mope was found dead.
So what I'm thinking is, oh god. So the things that are taken by the Force Wraiths, they have been like proxies to people who are directly fucking up the timeline, or they are people.
The race go for people who fucked up the timeline. Mope opened up about what I now assume to be the Force Wraiths, but back then didn't believe. Mosp Gi took an interest on it and took note of the Eden's confusion about their memories. So she spent a lot of her time trying to study how to unlock someone's mind and connect with their memories. She tried to also look into aberrations in the Force, of times where there was like a spike of something wrong, and spike in midichlorians, new beings present when there shouldn't have been, and she discovered 5 aberrations. She discovered one when the Edens arrived. Presumably, that was the cause of it. Found one 2 years ago. She found one 4 years ago.
No, I've been here for a lot longer. I've been here for over a decade.
Found one 8 years ago. And one 9 years ago.
One of these better be me.
And everyone can give me a lore check.
Oh, you what, mate?
A lore check.
I don't know what my lore is. I think it's a 0, honestly.
1!
A 1!
Not a nat 1.
Me too!
A
It was a
modified.
nat one.
I got a net 1!
Oh my god.
I got a modified one.
16!
I got a natural 22.
Sixtine, no matter your role, you worked it out. 2 years ago was when you were found.
Yeah.
Roomba, obviously your parents.
Was 4
Lazánia,
years ago.
you were found 8 years ago. That was you can assume.
I can assume. I know damn
And
well. my
Athena?
name. Thank you very much.
4 years ago was around the time period when you met Doth Gregor.
Because I am just boring.
And 9 years ago,
It's just kind of sad, actually.
and 9 years ago, the day you left your planet.
Oh, okay, something more exciting happened.
That's
You're like still thousands of years old.
God damn, I want to have traveled for some of those thousands. Just give me like a little 10-year jump.
You get the boring version
Like-
of time travel
like,
where it's just existing
Oh,
for
she
you.
also like found one like 2,000 years ago, but we assumed that doesn't really relate,
What you find out
on my actually 12, yeah.
on your 12 is that they didn't note something that relates to you. It wasn't noted there was a spike when the Revens were transported, but you can also discern that means that the Revens happened within a week of Order 66, or in that time period where Mosp Gi couldn't have given information back to them about a possible spike.
She was dead.
because she was dead.
Damn.
Of course, when we started getting like
She
attacked.
inconvenienced everyone
Yeah.
with that one, eh?
I
Little
only
bitch.
played Planet 9 years ago. I started playing Planet when I was like 6.
How old are you now?
19.
19? Okay, wait, let me double check my camera real quick.
You can edit
You just
Yeah, I got
changed
this
your
one, I
mind.
got
Like,
this, I got
actually,
this, I
you
got
didn't
this, I
time
got
travel.
this.
the
Sorry,
actual
Misty.
like published recording of this will be okay. So there's 5 blips. One of them was
Yeah.
6 years ago. One of them was 12 years ago.
You escaped at age 12. That's when you left. That's what got noted down from both of us discussing your backstory. After the birth of Rumba, the Edens rise in power on Coruscant with all their wealth. We all realized the power that we had, and with our kind of crew that we had, with myself, someone who controlled the underworld of Coruscant, the Edens, who controlled the upper, the rich and the politics, Mosp Gi, who was in with the Jedi in the temple, and once Kane caught us, he put into perspective what we had. Something that Mosp Gi ended up calling the Shadow Order.
Have we heard anything? Heard the words the Shadow Group? What was it called?
Lazánia, what is your subclass?
Sentinel?
Oh my god, stop.
Your
Wait, my
subclass.
We are the
subclass?
shadow group. I hate to tell you.
My calling? Like my path?
Yeah,
Path of Shadows.
Path of Shadows?
Yeah.
Oh.
Fascinating, right?
Okay. We had me, I kept everyone safe, I kept their bounties low, like 1,000 credits for a Jedi. No one's gonna go for that.
Yeah, no one's gonna go for that one. Athena.
Yeah, who would do that?
To be fair, this is you guys are desperate. Like you failed to rob a bar.
Yeah. And then there was the Edens with Rumba, your mother's wisdom and your father's charisma. They knew everything that went up in the upper
Their
world.
wisdom. I was gonna say, remember none of either of those things.
Your dad was also much of a fighter.
Wow, I did get that.
Mosp Gi knew everything about the Jedi. Everything we needed to know, she knew it. And Kane explored the Outer Rims and other planets, getting bounty hunters and mercenaries, much like Athena. We took care of Coruscant from the shadows and made sure everything worked. But now the Edens are gone, and the last thing I heard from Mosp Gi is that she's planning on going to Almas to talk to a friend.
She you don't know?
You're just recounting a story. Like you know she kind of cocked it, right?
I figured that she fell in Order 66. The last I heard, she hadn't figured out how to tap into someone's memories or do that. And she went to talk to a Jedi consoler called Akiel. She asked for a translator before she left, and that's the last I heard of her.
What's his name?
Akiel. Some Jawa.
Akkiel is bad.
Akial.
Yeah, Jawa.
Jawa, yes. But I assume she didn't make it with either of the...
Well,
So the last thing Mosp was trying to do was try to talk to Akil and
to figure out a better way to tap into someone's memories, and merge minds of sorts, so that she could work out what happened to the Edens.
do we need the Edens alive to do that?
You would.
Yeah, so the issues before were that she couldn't do it, and the issues now are that the Edens are dead.
What do you mean?
Are
I
you-
guess she wouldn't have told you because she kind of died as she did it. Wait, no, this. I just realized I got Mosp Gi's memories.
She figured it out.
She did, and somehow I can do it.
She taught you? Was she right?
Right about what part?
Working, tapping into someone's memories, unlocking what they don't know.
All 3 people I've mind melded with are dead / sent back in time, right? So I can't confirm or deny anything. But it did work with me, right?
Yeah, Mosp Gi saw a memory that you forgot existed. Incidentally, it did do its purpose.
So you've inherited the power that Mosp Gi was trying to achieve.
Oh, she taught me how to do it,
Yeah.
technically. Yeah.
And
Yeah. Oh,
It's-
yeah, she's the reason I know I'm from the future.
so it's the common thread of everyone who seems to have traveled has forgotten where they came from. Or
The
is-
Edens didn't.
Edens didn't, but you did.
To be fair, I was a traumatized child. I feel like me forgetting that stuff wasn't the Greek goddess thing. That was
Yeah,
Ada
that
on
was
me
just
trauma blocked it.
I don't know, do some kind of roll to figure out if I think that the dates.
Unfortunately,
The dates.
Well, like, you just said that the dates match up from when I left home. I had to roll to think, like,
You can give
if there
me.
was anything strange that happened. I mean, apart from my family dying. And,
You
know,
can
like
give
when
me a law check at advantage.
that is A22.
At 22, the memory that the race showed you was the moment where you left.
When?
The nightmare you had, the last one, right before going to Malachor.
Uh-huh.
There was a nightmare of you leaving your planet on kind of a space train. You grabbed your ticket to get on. You got on shaking in fear, and then you ended up calming down and going to sleep. This calmingness is what you saw happen to Lazánia. The green goddess, she helped Lazánia feel calm. You felt calm as you went to bed after fleeing your planet. You
I
then
woke up feeling.
woke up with your ticket and were asked to show proof that you were meant to be on this train. The conductor saw it and said, "What is wrong with you? You think I'm that stupid?" and kicked you off.
Ah, Joe.
Hey, Athena.
Guys.
Athena.
do
What year were you born?
you even know what years are?
See, the issue is I only work in BBY, which isn't actually a thing that characters would know, because before the Battle of Yavin, it's impossible for them to know. It is also different worlds have different years and things, they spin differently.
So,
Okay, well that's interesting.
do you remember anything very notable about your childhood? Like a big politician, famous Jedi?
My family dying.
Oh. How?
There was a big monster, and it ate them.
A
What,
monster?
And,
Big monster on Chiron?
What does it look like?
I don't see why there'd be a big monster on Chiron,
why?
because they're just a peaceful species in the Outer Rim.
Okay, I'm gonna take a stab in the dark and say I'm from the future.
The future?
Just a little stab in the dark here.
we're
Oh no,
from
does
the
that mean I'm
same
gonna
year,
go home and see my family?
Oh my god, do you get the trauma?
That was out of character.
If we get sent back to our original timelines. Ambrose.
Ah!
Do you remember at the start of the episode after Lazánia found out that he was from the future? And I got you to roll that law check at the start of the episode. After you all saw the memory.
Are we from the same time zone?
The people that invaded your planet are the same people that invaded Cathar.
Oh,
You recognize the ships and the people piloting them as the same.
oh.
Can you remind me who invaded these places again? The Empire?
Yeah, so you've been going for gills.
The First Order?
The Yuzong Vong. You wouldn't know it. but
Okay.
Yuzong Vong.
So my family would be babies as well as well. At least mine happened like a few years before yours.
They'd still be babies though.
I
'cause
don't know,
we're pretty
like
much the
10
same.
years.
We're
Sorry.
literally pretty much like but we're like a year.
Are you all
between each
talking about a galactic invasion? Just
other.
Yep. Yep.
so everyone so you're all from the future. The Edens were from the future, and they just
I'm
What?
from What, about 3,000 years ago?
Okay. And you're saying that everyone just wanted to get back?
What do you mean?
The Edens, seeing when they could slip back in to swap places with themselves.
I personally don't want to go home.
Yeah, well, we don't have anything left at home.
So, as the sun begins to set, or is getting very close to the horizon, Pandora looks at you all as the orange glow starts to light up the house. It begs the question, the Edens, I assume these, what are they, Force Wraiths, didn't take them.
I killed them because they were actually trying to change things too much.
Doesn't seem like they wanted to change things too much.
They were
Seems-
trying to,
Live.
yeah. They were trying to not stand out, trying to fit back into the old life.
They just wanted to get home. So who's to blame? The person, the creatures that killed them, or the one that took their life?
What about the ones that brought them here?
Exactly. The ones that took their life. With that question, watch as Pandora walks up.
She's gonna leave?
Mama!
Bye, girl
Wait.
bobs.
My kind of mother.
My
Your kind of mother.
a mother!
So,
Are we brothers?
she's
Ugh.
gonna leave?
She walks out the door, and you all watch as she walks onto the ship.
Oh, shit.
No, Pandora, come back.
Pandora's ship. Your ship is ages ago.
Okay. I'm fine with this.
And
No, can I like try and run after her?
Mama, square?
as you guys all go to walk out to chase after her, you watch as you see her walking back out of the ship. First, you see her feet, and then her legs, and then held at her torso are two urns. Pandora walks up to you all
That's not allowed.
and
Bitch.
goes down to Roomba's level. I couldn't leave them on Coruscant, not knowing that there was somewhere else that they would rather be. And I think we found where they'd been fighting to be this whole time. Their will said that you'd know where to, I guess, set them off. So with your blessing, Rumba, and hands you one of the urns, and you all walk out to the balcony that is looking towards Brightree, and the sun gets lower and lower and darker, and she sets the urns down on a table, takes off the lids, and takes off her gloves as you blow the ashes into the orange glow
I
of
just
indoor,
someone really strong gust would take it.
flowing through the winds of the night atmosphere of Indoor, and with 6-9's help. They flow across the river and reach the edge of the forest and disappear into the forest. As the sun finishes setting, it's all dark, except for a flickering bonfire from inside Brightree Village. And Pandora reaches in as well and looks back to you, Roomba. We can make sure they get home safe. And kind of takes a handful and stands with you. You also grab a handful, stand at the edge of the balcony, and toss it up and spread the ashes. And flickering in the light of the fire, you watch as they flow towards Brightree Village, even without your influence, 6-9. And as they reach the forest, they disappear into it. And in the flickering fire, you can swear that on the edge of the forest, you can see two Ewoks standing there. One of them is giving a big wave, a big frantic wave, much like your dad would every time he'd drop you off to school and try to embarrass you. And another looks at you and blows a kiss, much like your mum would whenever she tucked you into bed at night. They lower their hands and look at you and give a nice, comforting but kind of forced smile. Look you in the eyes for 8 seconds. And then give a knowing nod, knowing that whatever you choose to do, whatever the path is for you, it's going to be the best. And with that, they give one last smile. Turn around towards the forest, link hands, and as they begin to walk, they give one last look back at you and walk into the woods. And with that, the Edens finally go home safe. Now it's getting dark, and I don't think it's a great idea to have anyone going, you guys walking in the forest in the night, because you'll get lost. And you know, my ship actually, I think when I landed it got a little broken, so I can't leave. So I found, when we were looking, I found some sleeping bags if we wanted to just stay in the lounge the night.
Could I just like sneak into an insight to see if I can tell if she's like telling the truth about the ship or not?
Yeah.
I don't know what I add, but I rolled a 19. So.
You know that Pandora's ship isn't damaged at all.
My
She
ears are kind of drooping.
looks at you all and then puts her arms out for Rumba, the puppies, lifts him up and gives him a big hug, takes him inside. Okay, I've got some sleeping bags here. And if we just clear out the lounge, we can all just stay in here together. And it'll be safe and good. And we can all get some rest. So you all set out a sleeping bag as everyone turns their torches off. You can all look towards the picture in the kitchen and see that this is what Pandora used to do with the Edens back when they didn't have a house. And you all begin to fall asleep.
I go up to get some water in the middle of the night, just with my, I just take a picture.
Picture of the photo.
No,
Of
everyone.
everyone. Yeah.
in the same sort of
Yeah, the
vibe as the-
same way that Mosp Gi once took a photo of them. And you all get some sleep. And remember, once you fall asleep, you then wake up in the middle of the night with Pandora giving you a big hug. And you feel the ground shaking a bit.
What do you mean the ground's shaking?
And you feel like something's coming faster, closer, and there's more shakes. You feel like there's more creatures running towards you. And it's a familiar stomp.
I'm gonna fucking kill someone.
I'm gonna say I woke up during this. I don't know what it is, but I'm saying I'm awake at this point. if
Yes,
it's
you would also
vibration.
wake up with your perception as Rumba, you sit up and you come to the realization. You remember in Brain 7 so the shields are down. You guys have no power. This building, they would have had to keep it secret. You look out the window
Oh.
and Lazánia,
Oh,
you
no.
also get up and everyone begins to get up as well. You look out the window and you see the trees shake. And the ground shaking, getting stronger and stronger. Until it stops. All of you kind of peering out the window into the night. And you see a giant hand crawl around the side of the tree. And a head slowly peer out behind the tree. A giant head that looks like a goblin. Fur-covered body. A 30 feet tall Gorax locks its eyes on all of you in the house as you see another 3 Gorax glowing red eyes in the forest peer out from separate trees.
Listen. Forward!
4 Gorax charge the house.
I don't like this anymore.
And
They didn't
I
say.
know I
didn't say
just ignored
fee, five,
Pandora
both
and taken
fun.
you guys' fuck.
if everyone would like to roll the initiative. Inference 7, Pandora turns to you. You can start up a ship quick.
Yeah, we
And
should
the-
just leave.
And my
guys.
ship has guns.
We can get in the ship and attack from the ship, and they can get us if we're in the ship. The ship.
I'll get
In
the
the
ship.
lounge.
I'll go to the ship.
Lupin's right here
What
with
is
us.
the weapon in the kitchen used? Does anyone know?
Intelligence.
How intelligent is Pandora?
Pandora's pretty intelligent.
Yeah, I thought so.
I
So realistically,
would
I
like
think-
to get on the ship since I am a gunner.
I was gonna say, I think maybe we should just
Also,
send
baby
people to
safer.
gun, and the other people should
What
just
if they
stay and
rush
gun
the
with guns they
When
have.
baby dies with hair.
Okay. So, Lazánia, it is your turn. These Gorax are like 80 feet away.
Well, I want a bonus action use one of the vial things.
You do.
The red one.
I just want to make sure you do remember the note that Mosp Gi left.
Okay, maybe I won't, then I'll feel bad. Okay, fine, I'll just do a boring thing and hex.
So you fix one of the Gorax.
And then I'm assuming a 24 hits.
Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna shock them, whichever one I hit. I did 20 damage.
20 damage. Holy shit. So one of the Goraxes is hits. 6-9, it is your turn.
Can I pick up M4 and just deliver him right at the ship?
You would have to give an athletics check to pick up this big hunk of metal.
I can use acrobatics just as a mark to replace for those. That's going to be a 13.
I'd say it would be DC 15. This is a big hunk of metal, effectively. That could just be a free action, though. It's an object interaction, just a test. And
My speed is 40 feet, so if I bonus action,
you can easily make it.
when I get over there, how big are the feet? Can I try and use my powers to dig a hole to trip it up?
No.
No. The
Okay.
feet are definitely bigger than 1 foot.
Can I also step into webs?
Yep.
And while I do that, just sort of jump up it and just sort of lay into its face.
Go for it. Give me your attacks.
16?
A 16 misses.
16 misses? Okay. I don't get the bonus action because I use that, so
You
that's
used
just
it.
my first hit. Can I just sort of chill on its shoulder?
Yeah? Don't you get 2 attacks now?
Fuck! I do. That's a 2. Nah.
Shit.
You don't.
So you pop up, hop on its shoulder,
I
and
just sort of clap on its ears. Doesn't do anything but annoying.
and it is now that Gorax's turn that you're on. And it'll make 2 attacks, just swatting you like blow. 16 to hit and a 24 to hit.
Okay, that's 24 hits.
Sweet.
Crazy how that happens, eh?
Alright. Why do I have 21 AC as a monk? This is fucked up.
17 kinetic damage. It's not gonna move because we'll say rolls as written. If it did, you'd get an opportunity attack.
Would it know that though?
Rumba, it is your turn.
Well, I'm gonna hold my action until the ship's ready. I'm gonna move to the ship, be in the ship, and hold it. until the ship's
Okay.
on.
That means it is another Gorax's turn. This Gorax is going to pick up a rock next to it and is gonna, it's just gonna hurl it while standing right at the doorway where you guys came out of. That is a natural 3. You guys watch as this rock just gets hurled past, and almost too much power goes over it, and you see it like shatters the tree, just fully knocks it over. That is behind the house. That is that one's turn. Emperor in 7, it is your turn.
I mean, I want to try and get to the ship. How far away?
30 feet.
Okay, I run to Pandora's ship. Can I start it up?
As you run out of the cover of the house, 6ix9ine sitting on the shoulder after you did like a couple spins to try to punch the Skorax. You land on the shoulder. You see 2 dragons coming back from their hunt. And as
They've already done their hunt. They're done their
they
hunt.
come back at night. As Emperor in 7 runs out, you watch as their vision goes onto it. And these 3 dragons dive down onto Emperor in 7.
How far away in feet is this from?
It would be 45.
Okay.
The first attack does a 22 hit.
Yes.
So a 22 with its claw, it sweeps down and digs 1 claw into you and goes to bite at you and gets a natural 3 and gets another natural 3 for its other claw.
What size are they? Large?
No.
They are size large. One of them goes in, tries to get you, flies off. Would you like an opportunity attack?
Yes.
Okay, give me your attack.
It's okay, I got an 11.
An 11 misses.
Really?
Goes up and flies away.
Another one swoops down, gets 1 claw into you, and flies away. And the other one sweeps down. So Emperor in 7, from the first claws, you take 17 damage. And this other one goes in to peck you, misses, and it's as you're going to shoot at these other ones, latches its claws onto you and begins to fly off 80 feet away.
80.
It is still your turn though, Emperor in 7.
Can I
Oh,
only
but still.
Yes,
I get a 22.
that definitely hits.
That's 11 damage. Can I bonus action regain hit points?
Yep.
Cool.
It is the other 2 Gorax's turns now. They will also both start to lob rocks at the house. One of them is a natural 20.
I think no one lives here anymore.
You see 1 rock goes way over the house, a complete miss. And the other one goes straight for the door and bowls right through the front of the house. And who is still in the house? Athena, Lazánia, you would have been able to get out of the way. Pandora. And so Athena,
Is it just me? Everyone else gone.
you and Pandora.
Ah,
Athena, you take 28 damage from this rock just bowling
28?
straight through
That's
the
a lot.
house. Yes.
That's a lot of damage.
We are back up at the top of the initiative. It is your turn, Lazánia. Oh, sorry, Athena's turn.
yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say.
you didn't have a turn yet.
yet.
You died. That's what happened.
Are they within 15 feet?
There, you can hit 2.
Alright, I'll do that. Which one's being hit more? I want to aim to.
The one that is Hicks, that 6ix9ine is currently on top of.
Okay, I'm.
If you target the feet, that won't affect me. Like,
Yeah, would it?
Yes.
Like, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna
No,
aim
'cause it's
to
a-
hit the other one, but they're both gonna get the damage.
Yeah,
of
you can hit the other
one.
one. Yep.
24 to hit.
24 definitely hits.
Okay. So they take 10, and then
Sweet.
they have to both do DC 14 hits.
They both fail.
Then I'm gonna throw another grenade. I'm gonna
Okay.
throw a grenade. I mean.
2 fails.
11.
11.
That's not 2d10 before.
Okay. Lazánia, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm gonna run up. None of them are dead yet, right?
No.
I'm gonna run up to the one I hexed because I can get there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can bonus it. But bonus that. Oh no, plus my. Does a 22 hit?
Yes.
Cool. So the first one hits. Cool, and a nat 20.
Okay.
Sweet. And then my bonus attack as well.
Oh, and they're hexed.
Does a 20 hit?
Yes.
Cool, so I hit 3 times and one of those is a crit.
Sweet.
That's 52 damage.
It is not living its best life.
Cool.
6-9, it is your turn. Lazánia just came up and cut this motherfucker.
Oh, I could have done that.
So, non-Euclidean 80 feet
Pandora's not
away.
combat.
Can I step of the wind and jump onto one of the dragons?
No, they are way too far away. They are currently 80 feet away. You don't have a 80 feet jump.
Oh. Are you just saying hard no though?
Hard no.
Okay.
80 jumping your movement speed is like impossible.
I'm so sad because
Even as
like,
a monk.
a future monk thing is step of the wind gives you fly speed.
Yeah, exactly.
I just wish I had that right now.
So yes, it is your turn. You're on the Gorax's shoulder.
Okay. In that case, could I use my summon a weapon and I'll make the wind weapon?
Yep.
Which is like a throwing weapon. And I'd like to jump out as far as I can to get distance
The
of within
distance
60
to-
feet.
Yep. I'll say you can jump 20. Yes, you can give me your attack roll against the dragon. You will be jumping and taking 3d6 unless you use your reaction to do monk shit.
Okay, first is that one. Next is an 18 on the dice.
That
Plus
definitely hits.
7. That's 12 damage, and it's dead.
Sweet. And you are now falling 30 feet.
Reaction reduce full damage by.
Sweet.
How much?
And the Gorax that you just jumped away from will also try to swing and hit you.
Yeah, but he's a doink. I'm kidding.
A 22 to hit.
Yeah, he's a doink. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do?
As you jump in the air, he swats you out like a fly. That's 21 damage. So that was your turn. The Gorax is now going to stomp.
They fucked us up.
A 25 to hit Lazánia
Yeah.
as you're standing at the Gorax's feet and it just stomps down onto you.
Owie.
Can I borrow some d6s? I require 3 d6s.
Here you go.
That is 25 damage. And give me a DC 15.
I rolled a 17.
This is to avoid getting grabbed.
I rolled an 18, so my concentration on Hex is still up.
Okay, sweet. So you still get your concentration and just slip away from the Gorax's feet. Rumba, it is your turn.
Rumba never had Rumba's first turn because Rumba's still on fucking hold.
Rumba's held action didn't end up coming to fruition because Imprime 7 never made it to the ship.
Which means nothing happened, which means you lose your action.
Also, sorry, I forgot to do this. 6-9, could you give me a DC 15 con save?
No. I don't make it.
Next turn you are poisoned.
What from?
From the Gorax's stench.
Oh, damn, he's
What did the
stanky.
Gorax do to you that it didn't do to me that involved?
It's the start of your turn. Okay, so yes, Rumba.
Rumba gets onto the baby droid.
Yep.
Rumba goes zoom to the thing. Rumba wants an axe in the eye.
Rumba, you sure you want to go that way? That's where all the big scary shit is.
Yeah.
Okay. You hop on Dyson and he takes you up to the Gorax.
Fucking Dyson, like this bud. I want axe and eye. In it.
Yep.
I'm angry. They wrecking my house.
You can use your bonus action Rage and then make your 2 attacks.
17 and an 18.
Yes.
10 plus 9 plus 3. Does it lose an eye?
What was it? 10 plus 9.
Plus 20.
39 damage. The Gorax that was hexed goes down. Yeah, you go straight through the eye and carve it out.
Beautiful. That's how I feel.
And Emperor 7, these dragons take full dash actions.
He's fucking dipping.
They are now, I believe, 240 feet away.
Are they going towards our ship?
They are going towards the mountains.
Fuck. Towards our ship though, right?
With that, Emperor 7, I will be sending you the character sheet for Pandora, because you are taken away by the Condor Dragons into the mountains, and that is where we will end this episode.
Oi.